Hey, what's up everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome to part 20 of the Puritans. Today's episode, we've taken on St. Neots and Hungerford in the Evo-Stik Southern League Premier Division. So since last episode you joined us, went through almost pretty much a month of fixtures. Let's go over these sometime real quick. So first of all, we got to our first win of the season against Merthyr Tydfil. Beat them 3-1. Knights, Webstell and Wiltshire getting in the goals. Then we lost 2-0 against Farnborough. Disappointing performance. We didn't play very well in this one. Brad Smith getting himself an own goal in that one. We bounced back quickly though with wins against Kings Lynn. First and foremost, Williams and Knights there. And then Chesham beat them comfortably 4-2. Dower Knights get himself a couple of goals. Top score, by the way, this season. Dower Knights have a really nice campaign. Then we lost 3-2 against Gosport. This was, well, it was maddening. We lost the game in the last minute of extra time after being 2-0 up from Jan Yeomans and Webstell. Yeah, nothing more to say about this. We deserved to win the game, but we just threw it away. Absolutely abysmal. And then most recently, we beat Kings Langley 3-1. Webstell, Delaney, and Joachim getting in the goals. And then we bowed out of the FA Cup first qualifying round against Guildford. Because of the fixture congestion, I had to play a slightly weaker team for this one. And we just didn't live up to the task. We were poor pretty much all game and didn't really deserve to win it. So going into today's game up against St. Neots now, who are currently 4th place in the table, and then we also take on Hungerford. Transfers, no more transfers to really speak about coming in or out of the club at the moment in time. I am basically broke. Unfortunately, the club is looking like it's getting weaker and weaker financially, and that's a cause of great concern. I'll talk about it at the end of the episode, but I've got a little bit of an announcement to do with this series. But anyway, we'll put that aside. We'll go into today's game up against St. Neots at home. They're obviously playing pretty well. 4th place in the table. With the results right now, we currently sit in 7th. As you can see, we are only 1 point behind Kings Lynn, currently sitting in 5th. Essentially, it's a make or break season for me, so I've got to try and win promotion. And we just got to pick up wins, especially with teams around us. So here we go. St. Neots at home. They are favourites. This is the lineup we're going with. 4-3-3 formation. So with Will Britt in goal, Ellis Miles at right back, Williams, Spider-Man through the middle, who turned to the team after injury. Jan Yeomans at left back with Finch, Wiltshire and Norwich through the middle. Delaney, Joachim and then Webstell, of course, leading the line. Alright, first chance of the game. Ball's whipped in. Cleared well from Ulrich, but only as far as Ferris. He puts it back in, and Beeston has put the ball in the back in there, but it will not count. He is offside, and by quite some distance. Alright, halftime here at Spencer Stadium, and we've been largely dominant. Majority of shots, majority of possession, just no clear-cut chances. But apart from that, it really wasn't a bad display in the first half. Very dull affair, though. Only that one disallowed goal to talk about, so boring stuff indeed for the neutral, as you guys are. But yeah, I mean, we played really well. We just have to try and carve out a couple of opportunities, and we can have this game in the bag. Here's a chance now. That was an error there. It's fall to Pratt. That's a good save there from Will Britt. Not quite sure what Kieran Wiltshire was doing there, but we got lucky to get away with that one. All right, gonna make a change up top. Gonna be off Webstell. Gonna bring on Marcus Johnson instead. I'm gonna have Marcus Johnson. Actually, something a little bit strange for me today. He hasn't done it before. He's gonna play as a false 9. I'm going to use a similar kind of system as I do in Road to Glory. I have the attacker come back in the hole a little bit and help create offense. Here's Delaney now. Delaney gets in there. Luke Delaney makes it 1-0 to the Puritans. Gets in there. Kieran Wiltshire with the assist. Short corner routine. Straight into the path of Delaney, and he smashes it past the goalkeeper, and it's 1-0. Alright, 80 minutes on the clock. Make another change here just to freshen some legs up. Finch is struggling. He come back for an injury for today's game. Zasani will come on in his spot. Ellis Miles is in fact fallen over pretty much with exhaustion. So we'll bring on Beavers to finish out the game. Alright, 95 minutes here on the clock. Almost out of extra time here. Here's a chance to St. Neots though. Take this on the break. His Holdsworth now has got into the box. Good tackle there from Williams. And that should see out the game. Only 5 seconds left in the game. So it should be a 1-0 win over St. Neots. It's a very important result for us. Gets us, obviously, a bit closer to the playoffs. And just gets us in a little bit of form, a little momentum. Very solid display, too, as far as performance goes. Majority of possession. Majority of shots. Majority of shots on target. So it's hard to argue that we didn't deserve to win this one. And it was good to see us get a victory over a fellow promotional rival. Alright, so here we go, up against Hungerford at home. Hungerford are playing pretty poorly this season, only one game all year long. 6 defeats, only 4 points to their name. This is a game that, in theory, we should win. We should win pretty easily. Apparently the best player is a goalkeeper, though, so usually doesn't bode well for us. Alright, so going into this game, I'm not going to make a change. No point to it, really. Because we've really got our best personnel out there, to be honest. The only player we're missing, really, is Darryl Knights. And really, Luke Delaney is a pretty decent replacement. So here we go, up against Hungerford. I did have an idea for a series a long time ago. I think it was FM16. It was called the Hungerford Games. Never really got going with that one. Never really got going with the channel at that point, either. It was just an idea that I was playing around with to have a fun little Let's Play series. So it's good to go up against them today, as it reminds me of failures of past. As Finchy now in the edge of the area gets tackled pretty heavily, and here sets up a counter-attack now for Hungerford. Yeomans does well to keep it in for Gerard out of Hungerford. He puts it into Headley. Headley crosses it in, only as far as Green at the back post. There's Griffiths. Good tackle there from Kieran Wiltshire. Here's Finchy now. Maybe set up a counter-attack for Banbury. Here's Joachim now cutting in from the left, and he finds the bottom of the net. Kane Joachim has been pretty solid this year, not as spectacular as last year, but he's still found the back of the net now on 4 occasions, with 3 assists to his name as well. So overall, he's actually having himself a pretty good season for us, and happy to have him on board as well, especially at a free transfer. It's a win-win situation for all of us. Alright, another highlight here, 11 minutes in the game. This game is far more interesting than the last. Here's Finchy, hits it long. Joachim is brought down in the box. Surely it is. Yep, it is a penalty. And Spider-Man is going to step up to take this one. He took penalties pretty much throughout last season. Steven Gerrard, by brought him down. Not the Steven Gerrard, of course. That is an absolutely atrocious penalty. That's possibly the worst penalty that I have ever seen in my life. Alright, so 20 minutes in. Still 1-0 up, though. Alright, just before halftime here, let's see if we can sneak another goal. Finchy to Websdale. Oh, decent effort. Pile driver from the edge of the area. Always rising, though. Keeping never in danger, but still, half a chance. Alright, here's Miles to Finch. Back to Wiltshire again. That's a 43-minute mark, so we've got to act quickly if we want to get another goal. Here is Wiltshire now on the ball to Finchy. He's got Miles on the right-hand side. Crossfield ball to Yeomans. He's got acres of space to run into. Cross it in the back post to Delaney at the back post. Decent effort there from Luke Delaney. Not really the best in the air, and it showed there. Although it was a decent cross from Yeomans. I'll give him that. Stood it up nicely for him. But unfortunately, Delaney just couldn't get it on target. So halftime here, 1-0, and largely we are dominating again. Plenty of shots on their goal. Plenty of shots on target as well. 62% possession, which is excellent. We're definitely reacting positively to the slight tactical tweaks I've made as far as possession-based football. I basically told the guys to short passing, slow the tempo, and pretty much play the ball to feet. I want to be able to keep the ball as best we can. I feel like that gives us our best chance to defend adequately. Now here's Finchy now. Plays with the Joachim. He's got to the byline, whips the ball in, cleared by Gardner. Kind of half-heartedly cleared though. And here's a chance perhaps for Hungerford on the break. Here's Headley now, gets to the edge of the box, crosses it in. Great ball that is, and Williams does very, very well to deal with it. The incoming cross. All right, ball goes long ourselves, and Websdale's now 1-1 with the keeper, and he's found the back of the nets. Martin Websdale gets in there, my son. That's his 4th goal of the season. Now his equal top goal scorer now with Joachim and Knights. And another assist there from Joe Ulrich as well. He's a solid game as a deep line, solid season as a deep line playmaker, I should say. Started off as a central midfielder on attack, but he's coming into his own as a deep line playmaker, so good signs from him as well. Alright, here's Finchy now. He's going to whip this ball in. It's kind of dealt with. Here's Kieran Wiltshire though. He's got time to spin on the ball. Plays in Joel Ulrich to Finchy again. Intercepted, but Wiltshire does well to run it back. Keeps the play alive. There's Joachim in the box, and it's 3-0. Websdale later off to Joachim. And let's face it, Kane Joachim was not going to miss from there. That's his 5th goal of the season for the inside forward. He's had another good start to the campaign, as I mentioned earlier. Good to have him on board. And he's starting to find his feet in this new style. So that's promising signs. Alright, quick changes here. Going to bring on Weeks and I'm going to bring on Holgate as well. The 2 players on loan, just for some fresh legs. Here's Ulrich in the box, and that's 4-0, and that's going to complete the route, I would imagine. Joachim this time providing the ball into Ulrich, and Ulrich absolutely smashed it past the goalkeeper. Now, they're currently results. As results stand, it does squeak us in to the playoff positions, but are equal on points with St. Neots, Evesham, and Gosport. All teams have already played, by the way. So here's Gerrard now for Hungerford. I'm sure they want to get a goal back here as soon as they possibly can to try and save some face, because this is an absolute walloping. Not just in the scoreline, but on the field as well. Here's Finchy to Websdale. Websdale crosses to Ulrich. Is now through on goal. Good save there from the goalkeeper. Fantastic tip onto the post. Should have been 5-0. All right. Here's Miles going to throw it in. We've got 3 minutes of added-on time here. There's still a chance to maybe get a 5th goal. It falls all the way through to Gregory. Cameron Gregory. Unfortunately, 4 in. None of them really his fault today. Ball goes long. Here's Dingwell to Saunders. Saunders through on goal to Headley. And he's going to pull one back for Hungerford to make it 4-1. You could argue that's slightly more respectable than 4-0. Disappointing on our behalf, though, to concede so late on. Here's a corner kick. Ball's whipped in. Ulrich with the clearance, and Websdale should see out the clock now. Only 7 seconds left in the game. So the ball goes long here, and I was waiting for the referee to blow that full-time whistle. And there's Dix. Maybe one last chance for someone. Here's Websdale. Shoots, and it goes horribly wide and over. Yeah, it's going to be it. It's going to finish here 4-1. So it's going to be a good, respectable 4-1 thrashing over Hungerford. Because we conceded that goal, I don't think we sneak into the playoffs this episode. We'll take a look quickly at the table. Obviously, it's way, way too early in the season to start being comfortable in the position we're in. It's only 10 games in. But 10 games in, we're doing okay. We've only lost twice, 2 draws, and 6 wins overall. Only 5 points behind Farnborough, who currently lead the league, obviously. We've played a lot of the teams above us. We've played Kings Lynn, we've played St. Neots, Evesham, Gosport. We haven't played Cirencester yet, or Hitchin, or Chesham. So that gives us a chance, really. Well, we played Chesham, but we haven't played Cirencester and Hitchin. So it gives us an opportunity to maybe stretch the gap into the playoffs, and maybe stretch the gap between mid-table and the playoffs. But anyway, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I do have an announcement regarding this series itself. Now, the problem with the series so far is that, yes, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it immensely. And I know a lot of you out there, a few of you out there are enjoying it as well, as much as I am. It is an interesting save. I am finding there's a lot of difficulties in it, a lot of challenge. And that's what I expected. That's what I wanted. However, I'm not satisfied with the progression of the series. Now, it's okay. Every year I've got a little bit better with the team. The team's got a little bit stronger. And I think this year could be the year we kind of sneak into the playoffs. My problem is that I don't want to go into a series 4 years in the same league, especially one that's not the top level. For me, that's not interesting viewing for new viewers that come to the channel, and it's not interesting viewing for you as a person that follows the series. I'm sure, just like myself, you'd want to see the team progress up to the next level, challenge ourselves, get promoted, challenge ourselves, next level, etc., etc., grow. The problem is with Banbury United right now is the fact we have very little in terms of resources. Unfortunately, financially, we're leaking money. Honestly, it's worse than a leaky faucet. As you can see, we're £129,000 in the black. This is when I took over the club. It was going okay. It was pretty swimmingly. But then it was in between. It was basically the transfer window here, the summer here. That's when things started to go badly for us. And ever since then, it's just been a free fall of financial problems. So unless the club gets a lot of back in the near future, I just can't see us making up the money. Incoming for the month, we only have 8,000 in gate receipts, and we're spending around 6,000 in staff, and I'm not sure where that staff budget is going. We don't have that many people on the books at all. We've basically kind of got the, what would I say, the minimum, but we've got, honestly, the players that, basically the team that we can afford. I probably don't need some of those staff members. So in between, so the announcement is really involved with the series. I want to continue it, but I've got to try and fix the problem that we're having. What I might do is I might try and get rid of our director of football. I'm certainly going to get rid of Jack Starkey, our chief data analyst. I'm not sure why he has a job. I think Sam OG hired him. If he did, that's going to be a little bit annoying. So I might have to get rid of a lot of the staff. I might have to go to really, really basic recruitment just to try and lower the staff wages. As you can see, bonuses are terrible. Player wages, 2,600. Match day income, 4,000. And then after that, that's basically it. So we're looking at about £12,000 a month incoming, and we're spending on staff. We're spending 6,000. Bonuses, 3,000. and then player wages 2,000, and then tax on top of that. So we're completely overspending what we can afford as a club. Despite me being below the wage budget that the board has set me, we're leaking money left, right, and centre. And it's going to make it very, very hard in the future for us to sustain as a football club. There's a good chance if we continue down this route, we're going to go into administration, and then I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my job and keep this series going. And obviously, if we do go into administration and we don't increase our finances, or increase at least get a bit more support as far as finances go, it's going to make it very, very difficult from when we do get into the next level to be able to sustain ourselves in that league. So that's the kind of situation of the save itself. It's basically going to be in the balance if I continue this long term or not. What I'm going to do, though, is I am going to take a little bit of a sabbatical from the series itself. It doesn't mean the series is over and dead. What I'm going to do is play a lot of games off camera. I'm going to try and correct and fix a lot of problems, and at least try and get us going in kind of a positive direction regarding our finances. That does mean I probably have to strip the squad bare. I'm going to have to strip a lot of the staffs bare. I'm going to have to really go down back to basics, and that could set me back tremendously as far as how the series is going and getting up to that next level like I talked about previously. But anyway, I am rambling. I am going on about the same stuff over and over again. It's kind of unprofessional for me to do so, but I want to give you guys transparency and let you know that you may not see a Puritans episode for quite a little bit, maybe a week or two, just so I get this whole situation sorted and decide what I want to do with this save for the channel. Let me know, though, in the comments below what do you think I should do. Obviously, my main goal now is to strip the club almost empty of any available assets I can move on from, and kind of start fresh, but I want to keep competing. So let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think I should do? If you guys are enjoying the series, let me know below, and I'll keep it going for as long as I can, or as long as I see it's a viable, entertaining Let's Play. But thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to leave a like on the video. And if you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.